know it's still competition right now, but ideally, when do you want to have that in the spot? And just do it.
Well, right after Indy, you should know. We should know. We got to give those guys a chance to compete and play. To put them in two or three plays at a time doesn't build the continuity. So we got to stick them in with the first group and let them go. Stick the next guy in at another time, let him go. Stick the next guy in at another time and let him go. And we'll make our decision then. But we got to build some continuity. You can't say he's getting three, he's getting four, he's getting. It's not going to go with the offensive line. So I would say around Indianapolis.
I'll start on me and start charging you for that. With Chris, is there a definitive like timeline for him, like or a goal date? I mean, does he have to be ready for week one? Right? You kind of have an embarrassment of riches at the receiver position. You could afford to wait if you wanted.
No, he doesn't have to be ready. We want him for the long haul. We don't want him running around looking good and then getting hurt. We're going through all the protocols and doing all the little things for him, and it's good to see him in pads, but he's got some tests to pass and some ways to go. We're not rushing him by no means, and we just want him healthy for the long haul. So once we get down the road and make that determination, we'll go from there. But there's not a fast way to have him ready for the season.
Like he's doing drills and things like that. The next step I would guess would be, going up against a defender in one-on-ones, and you start moving him into some of the teamwork or the 7-on-7s. When do you think that would start?
Well, the trainers and the strength coach will let us know when that determines. It all depends on how he feels after practice and after lifting and everything. But if he keeps feeling good, it'll progress to that. I can't give you an exact date, but we'll know when they say something.
We ask you a lot about the kickers, about left guard, about the depth at receiver. What are the other spots right now that you're most interested in seeing be decided on the field in the preseason?
Right now, there's a bunch of interior offensive linemen, and like who's going to play behind Donnie and Tristan. Who's going to play behind Hainsey. Obviously, you got to have somebody to play right guard as well to back up Mason if something happens. The depth at running back behind Leonard's going to be interesting with Rashard and Gio and Keyshawn. There's a bunch of spots. The tight end spot, we got a lot of young guys coming on. And there's going to be a few things, and special teams will play a large part in that as well. So it'll be good to see the practices, but it'll be great to see the preseason games and who can play under the lights. And then there's a lot of receivers. We have a lot of talent there.
So how is Julio looking so far? What are your thoughts?
He looks good. He looks good. Obviously, not being with the team in the offseason, he's still got to get in a little better shape, but we like what we see in him. He's explosive, very smart, understands the game, and he can help us.
Is he a guy that you need to have out there, between the 20s, or is he more of a guy that you could essentially kind of use in the red zone, right? Like I know that staying healthy has been kind of an issue for him the last 2 years.
Well, we can use him all over the field. He's not just a red zone guy. He can still run. He's got moves. He can run by people. He can catch. He can block. He still has the whole gamut when you talk about his game, and we can use him any way we want to use him. That's the beauty of it.
Donovan and Wells were out today. Brandon moved over. What have you seen? I know he's been working it hard, but the more you can do, right? The versatility is something.
You got to be versatile on the O-line. You can't carry all backups, so somebody's got to be either a guard center combination or a tackle guard combination or both sides. So it is the more you can do when you're talking about that spot.
Coach, as far as the competition, one of the last spots at corner, Robinson came back recently. Garner's been making some plays. What have you seen from that group?
They just have to keep growing mentally. We're throwing a lot of stuff at them right now. Once they get the install and it calms down and they can play fast, we really start to judge them. So we'll get to see them a lot under the lights and see what they do and how they handle that and playing special teams, and we'll make some decisions from there.
Sticking with the cornerback position, how does that number be Bunting, being out going on the right side?
Both have been playing good in camp. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, both have experience in the league, but they both came back healthy and in great shape, and they're doing all the right things right now. So it'll be one of those tough decisions we have to make.
You played this game at the highest levels, and you coached it at the highest level. For guys that have an injury like what Chris Godwin had, you hear a lot of times that the mental hurdle is like the hardest part that they have to clear because they've got to trust that their body will hold up. What is that like? That process like being able to kind of learn to trust your body again, especially like, you know, the guy like Chris, who he's often catching passes in traffic. He's expected to make those grimy catches. There are collisions there.
I think for most injured guys, it's getting hit and falling down and getting acclimated. Once you get hit and do something and you fall down and, oh man, that's all right, then you start feeling a lot better about yourself. You can be healthy going in and you can pass all the tests. I think until you get hit and fall down, it doesn't truly go away regardless of who you are.
How long do you think it takes for guys to kind of get, I'm sure it's individual, but.
It's different for everybody. I can't put a timetable on it. Everybody's different. Chris is tough. He's smart. He knows when he knows, and, you know, it'll be something he'll have to feel.
Todd, tell me about you, but I know Turner before, but just how has he looked at now going into really the third week of camp?
He's extremely intelligent. You don't notice him because he's always in the right place and the ball doesn't go to him a lot, but he makes plays. He communicates well. He's very bright. Very interested looking at him in the preseason. He does a lot of things we really like.
You had 4 years
In Miami, I know it's been a while. Are there people you still know well you're most looking forward to seeing the next 2 days with the joint practices?
The guys that's there from when I was there, probably Chris Greer, the GM, and a couple of strength and equipment guys. I think that's about it as far as the people I know there.